Hello. Hey, I'm out in the mines at the moment and I wanted to make a video talking about what was the process like joining the mining industries. I came over here, none of my qualifications counted. None of my qualifications from New Zealand were recognized. So I had to start from scratch again. I had to spend all my money invested into tickets, which is one thing I tripped out about. Companies don't care about experience over here, they care about your tickets. And you need the tickets. They're not going to pay for them. Companies don't pay for your tickets. Unfortunately, that's just what I encountered. Some companies did pay for a little bit of my tickets, but pretty much all of them, I've paid for myself. So, the whole hiring process for me to get in the mines as a crane operator and rigger was quite tough because I had to redo those licenses. So the first job I actually got was drilling offsiting, which I got that with a resume through Jess, who now works with me at FIFO Australia, and she done my resume, and literally within like 3 weeks I got 3 job offers, which was awesome. When I took the first one because I just wanted to get in there, and I was drilling offsiting underground. That was my first job in the mines. But the whole process was I pretty much did my medical, I had all my documentation and I sent that through to them, went through the whole hiring process and the interview stage, and then I went to their yard and then I went to their yard in Perth, and we went through this kind of simulation thing of what it's like being a driller's offsider underground, and they had this whole drill set up in this shed, and it was like dark as well, and they had us moving rods all day, and we were changing out rods like a real driller offsider, what they do underground. Not the legit thing, like it was a little bit played out, but it was still kind of the same thing where you take the core out, you clean it, you mark it, you chuck the rod back on, and then you tighten it up and things like that. So it was a pretty cool experience anyway, to see a company have that before you actually go try the job. So it was pretty cool to experience that. And then we went out, and then after I went through that whole trial process, pretty much passed and got through to the next stage where I actually went out on site. And I did a couple swings as a driller's offsider underground, and I did not enjoy it one bit. So I decided to bail on that. But that whole hiring process took about maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So from the interview stage and all of those sorts of things, 2 to 3 weeks it took me to actually get from the job application to out on site, because they got a whole process to go through. They got medicals to go through. They need all your documentation. They need to send you to approve on site. You need to go out on site, do all of that stuff, your inductions and everything as well. So when I went out to the specific mine too, I had to do inductions, not just within the company I was working for, but within the company we're hired to, but also for the company that's pulling the ore out of the earth. So that was a gold mine, and this was in Leonora. So did all the inductions and everything there as well, and pretty much worked there for a couple swings, and that whole hiring process just worked like that. Also, other companies was the same hiring process, especially now that I have all my tickets and all my inductions for specific mining companies and whatnot. It's quite easy for me to get work now. So now it'll take like a week or two to fly out, because all I need to do is get a medical, and then they need to send through all my documentation for approval, and then I'm out on a plane straight away. So sometimes it's even less than 2 weeks, it's like a week. So now it's pretty easy to just get a job lined up and fly out, because I've been out here, I've got all my tickets, I'm ready to go. But that whole hiring process at the start, man, you just got to take whatever job is willing to take you to get into the mines. You just got to take it and run with it, get all that experience under your belt, and then move on to the next job or find a better career, upgrade within the industry, which is what I've done. I did drilling offsiting, then I went to cranes, then I went offshore, and now I'm back with cranes. So, I went through this whole kind of process in 2 to 3 years, which is awesome. I had a blast doing it, and it was really fun. But now I'm in a comfortable position. I'm with a company that I'm probably going to stay with now. I'm back with cranes, and I just enjoy being with cranes. So that was the whole hiring process and how it all worked. Yeah, so I hope, if you're looking for a mining job and it's getting pretty tough for applications or things like that, reach out to FIFO Australia. Like FIFO Australia, we have everything laid out, know exactly what to do, get your resume, your Seek and LinkedIn profiles done, pretty much get you across the line, which is what helped me get into the mines as well. So thanks